Hello, how are you today? Today I'll be talking about 4 reasons why students fail Jamb exam. 4 reasons why students fail the Jamb exam. Number one. Now, why is it important for you to understand these reasons? You see, I've observed students over the years for over 10 years now. I've been working with Jamb students, I've been working with students, so I have observed the trend. And these are 4 things that you need to be mindful of. These are 4 pitfalls that you have to avoid if you want to do well in the Jamb exam. Number one, lack of a set goal. So many students fail Jamb exam because they don't have a goal. They just study without a particular goal. And when you do, it's just as if you want to throw a stone, okay? You want to throw a stone at birds on the tree. You have 5 birds on the tree and you want to stone or you want to catapult the birds, and then you don't have a particular target, and then you're just aiming at all of the birds and you just say, let me just shoot this catapult, and whichever one it meets, then I will be able to get the bird. You'll be shocked and amazed that by the time you release the catapult, you might end up not getting any of the birds because they will all escape, because you never had a target. And that is the mistake that many students do make. They just start preparing for the exams, they go for coaching classes without a set goal. So there is nothing propelling them, there is nothing motivating them, there is no motivating factor. They just want to pass. When you say, I just want to pass the exam, that is not a goal. That goal is vague. All right, it is not something that is solid enough to propel you to work. But when you have a particular goal, you tell yourself, I want to score 290, I want to score 300, I want to score 320, I want to score 350. That is a set goal. All right, and so when you have that set goal, you will also be able to know that for me to be able to score this, I need to pay the price because for every prize winner there is a price to pay. Now look at this. For example, you want to score 300 in Jamb. 300 out of 400 is just 75% of the total score. So that means if you are going to score 300 in Jamb, it is expected of you that you should have covered minimum 75 to 80% of the topics in your syllabus for each of the subjects you're doing. Yes, and you must be able to answer questions on each of those topics. So for example, maybe you're a science student, chemistry, you're expected to have covered 18 topics in chemistry, and then out of the 18 topics you have done 80%, and you have treated past questions on all of that because they often repeat questions, they repeat past questions. All right, and then you've done 80%. There is likelihood that if you go ahead to answer or to sit for the exam, you will be able to score at least 75% in chemistry. And then you do the same for the other subjects. You cover 75 to 80% of all your topics before the exam, and you have treated questions on them. It will be very easy for you to meet up with your goal. In fact, you can even discipline yourself to make sure that you cover the syllabus at least 2 times before the exam with your schedule. You can actually plan your schedule to ensure that you finish the syllabus, the scheme of work, 2 times before the exam. If you can do that before the exam and you've treated past questions, then it is very, very possible for you to actually score 300 and above. So one pitfall, one mistake, all right, that or one reason students fail is because they don't have a set goal. They don't have a plan. You should not just start preparing for Jamb without having a set goal. You need to have a set goal. So number 2, procrastination. Procrastination. Many students will tell themselves, it's not yet time for me to start. I still have 4 months. I still have 4 months. And then they keep playing. In fact, some of them might even go to coaching centers, but they don't pay attention. They tell themselves, I still have 4 months, I can cover up. And then suddenly the first month goes, and then they say, I still have 3 months. And suddenly you just see that you have barely 1 month. You have about just 4 weeks to the exams. And that is when those unserious students will begin to study and try to cover, and then you want to do a magic. It is not possible. You want to cover what you should have done for 6 months, you want to cover it within 4 weeks. That will not work, and that is why some students, they break down, all right, because they overwork themselves. You don't want to do that. So procrastination is very, very, very dangerous. You don't want to procrastinate. Start now, and when you start, do it consistently. Study consistently. Don't say, no, I will not study tomorrow. Let me just tomorrow, and then you keep saying, I will study tomorrow. Study tomorrow. You remember tomorrow never comes. And you keep saying, I will start tomorrow. So the best time to start is now. So beware of procrastination. So number one, I spoke about the fact that you need to have a set goal, all right, because it is a pitfall. It's a pit that students actually fall into. It is a mistake that students actually make. Number two, I said you have to avoid procrastination. Number three, avoid distractions. There are a lot of distractions around you as a student that is preparing for the Jamb exam. The social media is one major distraction, all right? And then even for some of you that you go to coaching centers and then you meet with friends there, you want to socialize with people, and because you do not have a goal, because you're not focused, you tend to easily get distracted by friends. I'm not saying you shouldn't make friends, but you have to do that with wisdom. You need to apply wisdom. You need to be wise. You need to be smart. There are many people that are coming to those coaching centers that have no goal. All right, they have no future ambition. You don't have to start behaving like those people. You have a goal. You have a target that you must hit, and that is why when you get to your coaching center, focus on whatever the tutor or the teacher is saying. Ask questions. All right, don't sit among those guys that will be making noise and distracting you. Rather, pay attention, and you'll be able to get a lot from what the teacher is actually teaching. So avoid distraction. There are a lot of distractions that will be out to distract you, okay? But you have to discipline yourself and avoid those distractions. The fourth point I will talk about, which is actually a major mistake that many Jamb candidates will make or do make, is that they skip the difficult topics. Skipping the difficult topics. You know, there are topics in Jamb that you're not very familiar with those topics. You don't have to skip those topics. Rather, study, get materials, get some textbooks that will explain better to you. Listen to teachers, consult teachers that are very, very good. There are some teachers that can actually break those seemingly difficult topics down for you. And then by the time you get to meet them, you'll be amazed that, wow, so these things that used to be very difficult, so it's this simple. So instead of skipping those difficult topics, you can actually consult other textbooks. Then you can meet up with teachers that are very good in that particular subject. They can actually help you out. So go for knowledge. Instead of skipping the difficult topics, don't skip the difficult topics. Try to find out and to understand them. All right. Now, I want to believe that you have gotten value from this video. If you have done that, please, you can go to the comment section and just type in value. And I want to advise you to subscribe to our channel. If you have not subscribed to our channel, I have a lot of videos on your subject, the sciences for Jamb exam. Also, for those of you that are preparing for the Jamb exam, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and biology, I have videos on this channel. You can always come up there and then you can see some very simple steps to tackling those difficult topics. And if there's any topic while you're studying, you come across a topic that is very difficult, instead of skipping that topic, you can just come to the comment section and drop a question there for me. I'll be back to give you answers to the question. And if you'd like me to do a video maybe on any of the topics, why not? Just drop it in the comment section that you would like me to do a video on this particular topic, and I will be back to give you a response to that. Thank you very much. My name is Coach Paul, and I wish you all the best as you prepare for your Jamb exams. Bye for now.